Good morning, friends. How are you? I hope you all are safe at home. Today, in this online session, I am with 8th part of molecular basis of inheritance of class 12th. Today's topics for discussion are translation and regulation of gene expression. First of all, we will discuss about translation. Translation means polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide. The order and sequence of amino acids depends upon the sequence of bases which are present on the mRNA, and this is obtained during transcription process. The amino acids are joined by a bond, that is peptide bond. As the formation of peptide bond require energy, so in the first phase amino acids are activated in the presence of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and is linked to their cognate tRNA. This is called charging of tRNA or amino acylation of tRNA. This is also asked in exam always. The presence of catalyst increases the rate of peptide bond formation. As we all know that ribosome is the site for protein synthesis. The ribosomes consist of structural RNAs and about 80 different proteins. Ribosomes in its inactive state exist as two subunits, that is a larger subunit and a smaller subunit. As soon as small subunit encounters the mRNA, the process of translation of the mRNA to protein begins. There are two sites in the large subunit for subsequent amino acids to bind to and thus be close enough to each other for the formation of a peptide bond. For initiation of translation process, the ribosomes binds to the mRNA, that is messenger RNA, at the start codon only, that is AUG, which is recognized by the initiator transfer RNA. Then the ribosomes proceeds to elongation phase of the protein synthesis. During this stage, complexes composed of an amino acids linked to tRNA and subsequently bind to the appropriate codon in the messenger RNA by forming complementary base pair, we can say, with the tRNA and T codon. The ribosomes moves from codon to codon along the messenger RNA. Due to this movement of ribosomes along the messenger RNA, amino acids are added one by one and it forms a polypeptide chain which is dictated by DNA and represented by messenger RNA. At the end, a release factor binds to the stop codon that helps in terminating the translation and release complete polypeptide from the ribosomes. This is the figure which depicts translation process. Here you may observe smaller and larger subunit of ribosomes and formation of growing polypeptide chain. Now the next topic is about regulation of gene expression. The genes present in a cell are responsible to form a particular functions or a set of functions. For example, if an enzyme beta-galactosidase is synthesized by E. coli bacteria. It is used to catalyze the hydrolysis of a disaccharide lactose into galactose and glucose, which are required by the bacteria as a source of energy. In case of prokaryotes, control of the rate of transcriptional initiation is the predominant site for control of gene expression. As we have earlier seen that in a transcription unit, RNA polymerase at a given promoter is in turn regulated by interaction with accessory proteins, which affects its ability to recognize start sites. In the given figure, you may observe the regulation of gene expression. When protein is synthesized after translation process, then the protein regulates gene expression. It also control trait and it also control the cell division. So children, this is all about today's session. Again, I will be back with last and ninth part of this lesson. Thank you and have a nice day. For any kind of doubt, please write your questions in comment section.